Today I'm going to be making red chilli jam, and no, this isn't the sort you spread on your toast unless you are very, very strange. You'll find that chilli jam has got lots of different uses in the kitchen, especially if you like hot and spicy food. Add it to other sauces, use it as a sauce on its own, or just use it as a dip or a spread with cold meats, cheese and things like that. Oops, and the missing ingredient, some gloves when working with all those chillies. First thing to do is to top and tail the chillies and remove all the seeds. To make the red chilli jam, you'll need about 150 grams of red chillies, 150 grams of red pepper, 600 ml of cider vinegar and a kilo of jam sugar. We don't leave the seeds in because it will make the jam cloudy. Once the chillies and pepper are de-seeded, they need to go into a food processor to chop to a very, very fine blend. If you haven't got a food processor, don't worry, it just means an awful lot of hand chopping for you. Now the noisy bit. The next procedure is to warm the vinegar and dissolve the sugar in it. And while we're doing that, I'm putting my clean jars into a warm oven to sterilise them. I tend to do this jelly in smaller jars because I don't use it in huge quantities and I'd rather keep it sealed until I need it the next time. So into a large pan, 600 ml of cider vinegar. Cider vinegar is the best to use, but you can use any other light vinegar such as white wine vinegar or ordinary white vinegar, but not too much dark vinegar, otherwise it'll spoil the colour of your finished jam. This may seem a huge pan, it may be a bit of overkill, but once the jam gets going it wants to be on a rapid boil, so it needs enough space to be able to bubble up without bubbling over. Although we've discarded the chilli seeds for the purpose of this recipe, there's no need for them to go to waste. I've kept mine, and then what you can do is plant them and try and grow your own chillies. I find the easiest way to dissolve the sugar in the vinegar is heat the vinegar up first of all, then turn it off the heat and stir the sugar into the warmed vinegar. Do make sure the heat isn't on underneath it because it'll start to cook the sugar before it's all fully dissolved, and then we get nasty crystals. The jam sugar does tend to look a bit clumpy at times, but that's because of the pectin in it, so just keep stirring until all those lumps have disappeared. Once the sugar's dissolved in the vinegar, put back over a low heat and add the chopped up chillies and peppers, including any juice that's formed. Gently stir that through and then bring up to a rapid boil. If it starts to get very close to the top of the saucepan, just give it a quick stir to let it go down again. Once the jam's boiled for the 10 minutes, turn the heat off and leave it to stand for about 40 minutes. You will notice that all the chilli's floating on the top, but don't worry about that. As it cools down, the flakes of chilli will gradually disperse throughout the jam. The jam's been standing and cooling for about 40 minutes now and has started to set, as you can see. The chilli's mixed evenly through and it's now ready to go into the cooled, sterilised jars. Once the jars are filled, give them a wipe over to get rid of the stickiness on the outside and seal them as traditional jam. Labels printed, that's fine. I do mine on the computer or just handwrite chilli jam, just so it doesn't get mixed up with the strawberry. So just cleaning round the edge of the jar so there's no chance of any mould getting into it. A wax disc wax side down on the top, again to disinhibit any mould growth, and a jar lid to seal it tightly. If there's anything else you'd like to see me make, so you've got a better or clearer idea how to do it, just leave a comment at the appropriate place under the video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!